Welcome to the raw and uncensored Ambitchious Podcast. During our time here together, I will be instilling all of the strength, power, and determination you will need to use the very stones thrown at you to build your ultimate empire. We will redefine the word bitch from the derogatory to the acronym being in total control of herself. So let's adjust our crowns and prepare to live life ambitiously. Yeah, here I am, the original HBIC, Katie motherfucking Boyd. And on today's episode of the Ambitchious Podcast, we have a very special guest back for her second appearance. It is my soul sister, my bestie, the writer of the foreword of Ambitchious the book, and my Ambitchious Business Mentorship client, the incredible, the amazing LA Facialist, Candace Marino. On this episode, Candace is going to be opening up about the realities of being a female entrepreneur, the challenges, the victories, and everything in between. It was so incredible to catch up with Candace, and every time we get together, it is pure magic. She just takes me to the next level. She makes my heart sing. And I love when she talks about her entrepreneurial experience on the road to becoming the incredible LA Facialist. And on top of everything that we talk about, which is just going to be so motivational and inspirational, whether you're in the beauty business or not, this episode is going to just fill you with so many incredible thought-provoking ideas on how to be your best self. And Candace gets real and she gets raw. And, you know, I've known Candace for a really long time. And if she can do what she's done in her life, there is no reason for you to live and lead a mediocre life, because if she could do it, like she says on the podcast, anyone can do it. And what's even more exciting, I don't know if that's possible, but what's even more exciting is Candace and I are going to be sharing so much information about her Radiant AF retreat that is going to be taking place at the stunning 5-star Imiloa Resort in Dominical, Costa Rica, from March 2nd to the 7th in the spring of 2026. She is going to be talking about everything that you're going to experience and all of the incredible deliverables and offerings that you are going to be part of if you choose to take your life and business to the next level and scale to multiple 6 and even 7 figures. So hold on to your rubber underwear, because this one is going to be full of laughs and just good old-fashioned shit talking with Candace and I. I know you're going to love this as much as I do, and I hope and pray that you take the leap of faith in your business and sign up for this Radiant AF retreat. And don't forget, we have 2 incredible sponsors, Hume Bod Pod and Keto Chow. They are the official sponsors to the Ambitchious Podcast. So if you're ready to take your health to the next level, scroll down to the show notes and get your percentages off of all things ambitious. So without further ado, I hope that you're ready to experience Candace and Katie raw and real on this episode of the Ambitchious Podcast. And I know you're going to love it as much as I did. Candace.
Hello.
I've been waiting so long for this.
I miss you.
I miss you more. I wish that we could just like be little spoon, big spoon.
Me too.
All day long. I'm excited for this though. All right. So we got to get down and dirty and we got to talk about Radiant AF to all of the girls out there who have been longing. They saw our last retreat in the spring of 2025. Everyone was jealous as hell.
Wait, was that this year?
Yes, bitch.
So much has happened since then. I thought that was last year.
Dude, so much has happened. I feel like it was 10 years ago.
Me too.
I was talking to Matt and someone this weekend, and we were talking about Dubai, and I was like, I know, that was like so fun. And I was like kind of like thinking off into space, and I was like, holy fuck, that was like 6 months ago. I feel like it was 10 years ago.
Me too. I don't know what's going on with time, but it's freaking me out.
Well, time is very skewed, but we're also bad bitches and we just like roll so fast that we don't even we can't keep up with it.
Right.
Sometimes that's not a badge of honor though we should be wearing.
I know. Things have just been coming at me and I'm like, I don't know. I have no concept of time. It's wild, but it's all good. Like,
at least you look good.
Happening. There's just a lot happening. Thanks.
Yeah, at least you look good. And I'm happy to talk about it today. I cannot wait. So last spring, we went to the jungle of Costa Rica.
We sure did.
For our Radiant AF retreat. And I honestly did not know what to expect because, as you know, I mean, back in the day, Jake Sassaville, who is the owner of Imiloa and good friends of ours, he and I met years ago through, I don't even know how we met, honestly. I have to ask him how we actually met. And I had signed up for a retreat in Costa Rica. Then we all know what happened, little pandemic action. And since then, you've had 3 retreats.
Yeah.
My friend Maureen Hancock has had like 4 or 5 of them. I have like all of my friends having retreats there, and I've never had a retreat there, but I'm actually excited to reprise my Broadway debut for the second Radiant AF retreat because the first one was just stellar. And I seriously did not know what to expect. And because you've known me for so many years, you know that I'm usually like the DJ, right? I'm the rainmaker. I'm the one that has to do all the things. It was so lovely and incredible and very healing. I was very much in my divine feminine to watch you do all the shit that I do. Yeah. And not have to do it in that way. But then at the same time, to watch you from afar, not be a psychopath like me. You're just so different than me. You just like, look, you go with the flow. You don't,
I'm
nothing
so
bothers
type B. I'm so fucking type B. I wish that more people talked about being type B because everyone's always like, I'm type A, I'm type A, I'm type A. And I was like, well, then I'm clearly type B, not even knowing that type B was a thing, but I'm the definition of type B. I just don't give a fuck. And I'm actually working on another little side project with a friend of mine who's also an esthetician. And she was like, why do you not have anxiety? Why do you not care? And I'm like, I don't fucking know.
You don't. And I get scared. I get nervous for you because, you know, I'm not type A. I'm like type fucking alpha, omega, beta, gamma. I'm like all the fucking shit. And I get so jealous of you because you just like let everything roll off your back. And I'm like,
it's
psychotic.
Probably not that good. Like I could probably be so much more impactful if I cared more, but like, I just don't fucking care.
But you know what it is? I want you to take that back. You care so much. You just don't show it in the way that like a psychopath like me shows it. Like I would be freaking the fuck out if everything wasn't perfect. And you're just like, whatever, man. I love that about you. And it calms me down, which I appreciate like a lot.
I think I'm just like, I care deeply about like the people and the experience, but it's so great as is that it's like, I don't need to spin my wheels worrying because like it's taken care of. I will say, like, leading up to the first one, Courtney and I went on the fam trip, which is where retreat leaders get to go and have a retreat for themselves to experience the property. Because, of course, I signed on to this not even knowing what was going to happen. I just was like, let's go. And we were, like, freaking out. Like, what if we're actually hosting, like, the Fire Festival 2.0?
Oh,
like,
my God, no.
Just, like, bologna and cheese sandwiches and, like... You know, like we didn't know what to expect. And when we got there and we stepped onto the property and we saw what we saw and felt what we felt, we were like, this is the perfect place. Like, this is the only place to do it. So
everyone says that. Everyone says that. And there's so many reasons which I want to talk about. But let's first preface this whole conversation with, this is your second time on the podcast. The first time we just talked a lot of shit about us working together and all kinds of unhinged moments. But now what I really wanted to do is I want to talk to all the estheticians out there. And we have a little surprise for people that we're going to talk about because we're going to be opening it up to others, which is exciting because I've had so many people request like, why is it just for estheticians? What? I'm a nurse. I'm a doctor. I'm in aesthetics. I'm in beauty. What the hell? And I'm like, yeah. So, and then we had that conversation, which I know we're going to talk about it later, but our next Radiant AF retreat is going to be March 2nd to the 7th, 2026.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's walk our people, because I have so many women in the service industry, in the beauty world, in aesthetics, and all of that. Let's walk them through the whole experience to get their rubber underwear more moist than they already are.
Perfect. Okay, so obviously Costa Rica, jungle, nature, big experience. When you have to come to San Jose, Costa Rica, which is where everybody meets. It's recommended that you get there a day early because then we take private planes to the property. And if you miss the plane, you have to figure out a way to get there, which is like a 4-hour drive through the jungle.
No,
Do
thank
not
you.
recommend.
Nope.
Do not recommend.
Nope.
So we encourage everybody to get there the day before. We all meet at a hotel. We all can kiki and vibe and like hang out. And then the next morning we wake up and we go and we get on these planes together. Last time I was in like an actual private plane. You guys were in the adventure plane. We were in like a 4-seat like tiny private plane. Courtney was freaking out. She was like, "This is it. This is where we die."
No, dude, I was on the plane with Matt, my husband, obviously for anybody that doesn't know, with a 40-ounce ribeye in his bag.
He smuggled the ribeye onto the property.
Because by the way, guys, Imiloa is a vegan retreat, which if you know Candace and I, we're foodies beyond, and we're meat eaters. Like we're not, that is not our thing.
Yeah.
And that was actually one of my deterrents when I was first speaking to Jake a long time ago. I was like, my people eat a lot of meat. Their protein is everything. And he goes, Katie, listen to me. The food is so freaking stellar that you're not even going to miss meat. And I really thought he was bullshitting me.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if anybody is there like, oh my God, there's no meat on the property, which Matt Babine was like, oh fuck, I'm gonna like, he smuggled like fucking Slim Jims and shit on the plane. I'm like, Matt, come on, dude. Like what? I think he ate that steak just because obviously it was going to rot in his bag. But other than that, he didn't eat anything else that he brought with him. He was so in love with the food. And honestly, to me, it's like Michelin star.
It is.
Incredible.
You
over
feel
the top.
so nourished.
Yes.
It's funny because I don't eat vegan. I probably am not getting enough fiber. I'm not getting enough greens. I'm not getting enough anything. Let's just be honest. Like I'm not eating enough or enough variety, right? In my normal daily life. When I go there, the food feels so nourishing. My digestion actually works, which is a miracle. And I don't know, there's something about it. And the food is delicious. Like those mushroom tacos are one of my favorite meals ever. So can't wait. That's going to
the watermelon sashimi that makes it look like it's tuna sashimi, but then it's watermelon. You're like, what is the fuck is happening?
It's insane. And everything is farm to table. This property, this business supports the local community. So everything is coming from the land and it's supporting local farmers, which I love. It's just like such a full circle situation.
100%.
But the food is incredible. How do we get here? How do we start talking? Oh, because of Matt smuggling the fucking ribeye
on the plane. But you know what's amazing also, because I have a ton of clients that are like, I'm afraid to fly on little planes. Yeah. Dude, no one is more afraid to fly on small planes than me. And I was like, that was a freaking piece of cake. I was actually filming it the whole time because I was like in awe that I wasn't taking a big dump in my pants the whole time that we were flying.
Right. But it's up and down. It's 15 minutes and it's like, we're not even at such a high altitude. It's like, you're just coasting above the mountains and the trees. The plane is honestly one of my favorite parts because it's just like, you get to see the land and it's so stunning.
And it sets the tone, right? Because like it feels so special. You know, we're all on the planes together. We like leave the airport. We go to the property. As soon as you get off those planes, you're greeted by the most incredible people that are all staff at Imiloa. Mm-hmm. You get into those trucks. They all have fresh pressed juice for you waiting. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
They're so sweet.
That's another thing too. I was talking to Jake the other day on the phone and we were just shooting the shit about Imiloa, and I said, I'm going to tell you this right now, and I'm going to say it till the cows come home. The people that work for you, they go above and beyond, and they want to serve you. They will do anything for you. Like even going in the morning, we would come from yoga and we would go have breakfast, and all the hookers would go and eat all the mango before us. And I'm like, well, no more mango.
Yeah.
And then the ladies
give you a mango,
whatever you want. And they would just slice full mangoes up for us, like whatever we wanted. Just, they were falling over themselves to serve you, which to me, and I said this to you before, one of my favorite parts of the trip was I felt, I'm going to be a little goofy for a second, but I felt like I was so in my divine feminine energy. Yeah. Because when you're like boss bitches like us and you're always fucking making, calling the shots and telling everyone what to do and, doing all the things, we're very much in our masculine all throughout the day, even though we both kind of have like feminine jobs, but we have to be like bossy at certain times. One thing I loved the most, other than everything else I love the most, but one of the things that I love the most is that I didn't have to make a decision when I was there.
Yeah.
It was like, I wake up in the morning, my coffee's outside my door, just waiting for me. You have your coffee, you walk to the yoga shala. Everything is just set up. The incense is burning. The candles are lit. The music is going. The sloths are slothing.
Yes,
the birds are birding. And you just do your beautiful yoga practice. And then you just get ushered to breakfast. And you don't have to be like, oh, I want eggs or I want this. You don't have to carry money and tip people the whole time you're there. You don't have to order anything. Everything is just done for you.
Yes, they anticipate every need. And what I love, because I'm a Taurus and I love being luxury and I like not having to lift a finger. You literally don't have to lift a finger. You get there, they bring your bag to your room. You don't have to do anything. There's no schlepping involved. You don't even have to roll out your own yoga mat or roll it back up. Like everything's taken care of. When we do the massage training, the tables are put up, the sheets are put on the tables. We don't have to do anything except for do what we came there for, which is to relax, connect, adventure, a little bit of massage, and then all of the other stuff.
I know. It's so crazy because, as you know, I've done lots of retreats before this.
Yes.
And the schlepping is always on 100. You're like, I'm schlepping over here. I'm pulling this thing. I'm dragging this thing. And, obviously no one knows that because the people that are on my retreat, I don't want them to be like, oh, look at Katie schlepping. I just do it in quiet and I just do my thing. And that was one of my biggest moments where I was like, holy shit, I haven't had to think the whole entire time I was there. And then all I did as one of your liaisons of the retreat, all I had to do was do what I do best and fucking drop the mic and then just go swimming.
Yeah.
What?
It's so nice because I know from you and a lot of my other friends that do host retreats, it's a lot. People are like, wow, how lucky are you to be a yoga instructor that travels and does all. No, people don't relax when they get to go on these retreats. It's it's a work. It's a thing.
Yes.
You're exactly right. It's in divine feminine. I just look at somebody and everything is done for me. And I just feel my true essence there because I'm able to just do what I do best, connect with people, lead people, give this experience without having to think about the logistics.
I know. That's the best part. And I loved watching you in your element that you could just teach these women and speak victory into them and inspire them. And also we had some really gritty moments too, when we were there where people were opening up about their struggles, and it was such a safe space and it just warmed my heart. It just filled me up. And I was so sad to leave, but it was funny because the last day, when you go into and we'll talk about this in a second, but on the last day you have the, option to stay back at, Imiloa, or you go into the little town or whatever. And we went into the little town because I had never been there. And you're like, let's go. We'll have fish tacos. We'll hang out. We'll go to the beach or whatever. And even though I had fun, I couldn't wait to get back to Imiloa.
Go back.
I was like, why did I leave Imiloa? This fucking blows. Take me back.
I know. I feel like next time I'm going to want to just stay.
Me too.
Because that property, I want to just soak up every ounce of the energy and the beauty. Yeah, I'll still give people the option to go to town, but I don't think I want to go.
No.
The food's better in Imiloa, even though we were kind of jonesing for some fish or meat. The food's better in Imiloa. Everything is better. So I agree with you. But we'll give people the option because, people travel to another country. They want to see
100%. So obviously I've only gone on one retreat, but this is going to be your fourth one in the spring.
Yeah. This will be the fourth one in 2 years. Yeah.
How many girls in total that you've serviced during these retreats?
I think so far 80 something.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
I know. What's really interesting? I created this out of the need to serve and the desire to serve and the fact that I'd been asked for so many years to teach my massage. And for me, I was like, I want to do it my way. I don't want to get a conference room. I don't want it to be sterile. I want people to have a place and an opportunity to learn, but in a place that didn't feel like work so that people could actually drop in and connect.
Yes.
For myself, I learn best when I'm relaxed, when I'm inspired. So that's what I wanted to deliver. And if I'm honest, I have to go to so many aesthetics conferences and I fucking hate them.
I was like, Candace, just fucking spit it out because I knew what you're going to say.
I'm honored. So I don't want to seem like I am not grateful. I'm honored to get the opportunity to speak on behalf of these brands. But I'm going as a speaker. So like I have to dress up and look the part because I'm representing a brand. But what I've noticed is that these people who are attending these conferences is really about posturing. It's really about, I'm successful. Look at this handbag. Look at this shoe. I don't feel there's a sense of community within the industry because everyone is showing up as their Instagram self. It's not real. And yes, it's great. I love luxury. Trust me. I love buying fucking expensive shit.
Same, bitch.
But that does not define me. And I hate being put in these situations where I see people come and go that I might recognize on Instagram, but I don't get an opportunity to actually connect. Yep. So for me, I'm like, I'm done with this industry that's like, so, and it's the aesthetics world. So of course there's like a level of materialism and beauty and status that comes along with it. But I long for actual connection. I long for actual relationships. And so that's what I wanted to create. And what I'll say is that, number one, I think that this type of retreat weeds out the wackadoodles, right? I think that it really attracts the right type of person who is about their growth, their own development, that has a sense of spirituality and that longs for connection. But what I have to say, and I credit the people that have come, and I love each of them so deeply, is that we've shared some deep secrets with one another, right?
Yes, all of us.
I've bared my soul. There's things that people in these groups know about me that no one else knows. Same. And in an industry that is known as catty or competitive or sneaky or backstabby or toxic, whatever you might want to call it, these people who have come to the retreat have respected one another so highly that I have not heard gossip about one of these people. It has not gotten out that like anybody. Same. It's just, we created this sacred space. We had this experience together. We shared deeply. There's things that I know about all of these women and one man. We had Sarkis come.
Oh,
Sarkis. He's coming back. He's coming back for round 2. No. He already booked. He was the first person.
Oh my God, I'm pumped. I can't wait to meet him.
You're going to love him. I hope more men will come. I would love that. But we've shared so deeply, and like any one of these people, if they wanted to destroy someone's life, they know their deepest stuff. And it's like,
absolutely.
We've created this bond where there's trust and there's respect and there's so much love. And that is the one thing that I'm most proud of about this retreat. Like, of course, I'm happy to serve and teach people a way to like increase their value, increase their sales, whatever, give them a new skill set. But the bond and the love and the actual genuine friendship that has been created from this, that's my proudest part. And to see these women connecting even after the retreat and seeing what they do together, I'm just like, fuck yeah. It's my biggest accomplishment to date in my career and my life.
I loved watching you. I felt like a proud, like big sister because as you know, I've ran so many retreats in my career.
Yeah.
And you know, you get like this mixed bag of nuts, right? You get like a handful of really cool people who are like down to like bare their soul and be like super authentic. And then you get like these people who are like faux spiritual and they're like just there, like you said, for the posturing or the bullshit or the Instagram post or the content, which is all fine and well. And listen, we were all posting there.
Of course.
But it was so cool to watch the girls learn your massage technique, which is so different from anything that I've ever experienced or seen. Mm-hmm. And I thought in my head going there, oh, this is going to be the biggest draw. All they're going to want to do is like be up Candace's ass, wear her ass as a hat. They're going to want to fucking massage 24/7. And they loved it. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. I loved being a model. It was my pleasure.
Yeah.
Just get my face rubbed by you for like hours on end. But I feel like the girls, and this is just my personal opinion, you don't have to agree, but I feel like the girls, their favorite parts were just like having dinner all together and just talking about bullshit, right? Mm-hmm. And doing the healing portions and meeting with, you know, the different girls that you had, like Michaela and Courtney was there and I was doing my thing. And even my husband, Matt, was there, which I was like, poor Matt, he's just there. He's hanging out.
He loved it.
But the girls loved him and they got so much out of him speaking about all of his, you know, life and business and stuff. And it's so crazy because after we came back from Costa Rica, I still talked to almost all of the girls from your retreat. Nicole Goldsmith, Parallel. She just slept over my house 2 weeks ago.
Obsessed.
She came to one of my events because she's from Massachusetts.
Sweetheart. She's actually going to be hosting a retreat. Did you see that?
Yes. And
I want to go.
Well, you can, but I don't thrive on boats like you do. But I told her I would post about it. It's cool. It's a sailboat that's going to go all around New England. It's really dope. I'm going to post it on my social media for her. But she slept over my house a couple weeks ago. We were like in the hot tub together. We had dinner. She came to my event. Tosh from Australia.
She's coming out here.
She's coming to LA soon. I'm coming out. Okay,
you guys have to learn about Tosh really quick.
Let's talk about Tosh.
She never left Australia.
Nope.
She's never left Australia, and she flew all the way. Poor girl. I have chills. She flew like 48 hours.
Poor thing.
I felt such a responsibility. I'm like, fuck, this girl is like, it's her first time anywhere. Like, I really need to provide value. There was so much pressure because I didn't want her to be like,
she's like, I came all the way out here, mate, and this is all you gave to me? She's like, what the fuck?
I know. I was so worried, but she thrived.
She thrived.
And she's traveled since. She was like, she messaged me. She's so sweet. She was like, this has like been the catalyst to me living my life and traveling and doing new things. And it's like, oh, that makes me so happy.
Makes me so happy. I just started working with her in May after the retreat and watching her grow like crazily. But also having this like deep bond with her where I'm just like, we were like sisters or something in a past life. And now her coming out to LA, this is going to be her second trip outside of Australia.
No, I think she went somewhere else first.
Did she?
Thought she went somewhere.
Maybe.
I swear she told me she went somewhere. And I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah. But she was like a workaholic, just working. Her and her puppy, like that was her life. And now she's like, I'm coming out to meet with Kelly, who was also on our trip. And she's doing a pop-up at LA Facialist. And I know some of the girls from San Diego, like Chrissy Lewis, they're all coming up. And so to watch what you've created, like, I'm so proud of you because I know firsthand how difficult this is to do. It looks really sexy on Instagram. It looks good on paper, but when you're out in the jungle in the middle of nowhere and you got a bunch of savage bitches who are just like, I need to learn facial massage so I can take my business to the next level. And for them to come with that notion and then leave with lifelong friendships and learning so much about themselves and having these like deep bonds. And then, we're all on that WhatsApp group chat and everyone still talks on it. I know that some of the girls still do like Zooms together a few times a month. Like I'm telling you right now, in this day and age, no one can or has achieved what you've achieved as far as bringing people together and creating real community because, and we've talked about this many times personally by ourselves, not on camera, but we have both agreed, like so many of these people out there that are trying to do what you do and do what I do, they're like, oh, I just want to build a community and it's all about the community. And it's like, no, you're not doing that. You're a fucking liar. You're a bullshit artist and you want the money because you think that by building the community, the money is going to be there instead of just like really just focusing on building the community. And then the money comes because people want to be part of something bigger than just themselves. And as you know, as a solopreneur, even though you have a big business and I do too, but I still kind of look at us as solopreneurs.
Yeah.
You're the one in the aesthetics room. No one's in there like moving your hands over people's faces.
Right.
And even though I have a team, I'm the one that's the coach. I'm the one that's the brand. I'm the one that's doing all the things, It can be a little bit lonely sometimes when you're just hammering all the time by yourself. And to meet all these other women and be able to talk to them about their struggles and their fears and their hangups and their unhinged, crazy aesthetic stories and business stories and whatever. It's just like, it makes you feel like you're not alone. And there's so many other people out there that are going through the exact same thing, if not more. And they're still making it happen. And they're creating these global brands and they're serving and giving so much value to their clients. And they're thinking outside the box. And, it's really all because of you, because you created this thing. And I'm so proud of you for that. Really, seriously.
Thank you. As somebody who built my business just like on my own without anybody, now I have a team, of course, but even as the leader, it's isolating because you can't necessarily go to your team and ask them certain questions because even if they can give you some good insight as to what the team needs, like nobody knows the pressure and the feeling of being responsible for other people. And the success of the business. Like nobody will ever understand the pressure. So it's so nice that like we've created a community of where it doesn't matter if you're a solo person or if you lead a team, like you are still a founder of your business. It's like you sink or swim. So to have all of these other people to bounce ideas off of that really understand, like nobody's going to understand what you're going through other than like the people that are going through it too. And I'm just so happy to see all of these connections. It's like, it's the best. And still the girls from round one, which was it must have been, I don't even know when it was. It was in 2024. There's the WhatsApp is still popping off. They're still
wow.
They're
Is that that's freaking amazing.
Yeah, it's been great. So wow. That's the best part. It's like way more than just facial massage. It's really a transformation. Not to sound stupid, but it's
no, dude, please, you do not sound stupid whatsoever. Like every day we just got deeper and deeper and deeper. And there were some rough times. Like, yeah. I mean, I kind of created some of those rough times. Candace was like, oh God, Katie.
No, it was so good. You can't create change without a little discomfort.
Well, you know what it is, and because I've been a coach for 25 years, and you know me in a coach way, but you also know me as like a friend and a sister, and someone who's always going to get your back and support you. It's change does not come from the comfort zones,
right?
So the fact that these women said, "Okay, I'm taking a week out of my life. Mm-hmm. I am not taking any money. I'm not having any clients. I'm leaving my family, my pets, my loved ones, my clients." And I, like Tosh, she came all the way from fucking Australia, right? Sarah came from Belgium, right? And women came from all over the United States too. But, and you've had other international girls come.
We had some Costa Rica girls come, which was easy for them. But I think that I think Tosh and Sarah were the furthest attendees, which
so crazy.
Love.
But when they say, okay, I'm going to do this, mm-hmm. and I've never said this to you, but this is just what's coming to me right now. As soon as you say, I'm going to do this thing that is so outside of my comfort zone, it's such a leap. It costs money, right? It costs you time. You have to leave everything that you know, and you have to go into this experience with such an open mind and such an open heart, because you really don't know what you're getting yourself into until you're like in it, But as soon as you make that decision, as soon as you make that one decision to put the money down and like book the flights and do the thing, the universe starts to co-conspire for your greatness. And I really want anyone who's listening to this, whether you're listening to this on the podcast, you're watching a clip of this on social media somewhere or whatever, as soon as you make that decision, the universe goes to work for you and God goes to work for you. And it reminds me so much of you, because you wrote the foreword of my book, Ambitchious, mm-hmm. of how you're like, yo, I was in this place and I was fucked up. And I'm not going to put words in your mouth. You've told the story. You were fucked up and you were kind of at that impasse. You were at that crossroads, like, what do I do next? Mm-hmm. And as soon as you made the decision to be like, I'm going to hire the coach, I'm going to do the thing, I'm going to quit the job, I'm going to do all the things that we talked about, in your foreword of the book. As soon as you make that decision, God goes ahead of you and makes the crooked places straight always. And look at what you achieved just by doing what you did when you left the bad person that you were working with that was toxic AF, right? Yeah. And your whole life was just like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, fast forward how many years later, you're now, in my opinion, one of the biggest people in the aesthetic world. You are breaking barriers. You are creating this whole new way of being an esthetician, that you don't just rub people's faces for a living. It's just so much more incredible and so much deeper than that. And I'm saying this to you guys out there about Candace, not to lick her pussy raw, but I will, because it's true, because I've watched your transformation over the last, 6-7 years. And I always tell every girl that I coach in the beauty industry, look at Candace. She made a fucking hard decision. She put it like everything. She put it all on black and she freaking did it. And now look what she's doing. That did not come from a comfort zone. That came from the cockpit shaking and rattling the most right before it broke the sound barrier. And you are a true testament of that. And so by these women putting the money down, coming and showing up to Costa Rica and having this open heart and open mind, I promise you, if you do this, your whole life and business and all of your relationships are going to change exponentially for the best. And you're going to find out things about yourself out there in the jungle. And you can attest to this, right? Because you really have experienced a lot of it more than I have, because I've only been to one with you. But the transformation that comes out of these types of things. Do you agree with me?
100%. And I love how you said, like, the second that you decide to go, like, the God and the universe conspires in your favor. It is so true. And I'm not going to get into detail, but I've gone there each and every time with an intention or something that was weighing so heavily on my heart, or situations or people that I felt was coming to a close and I needed clarity. And when I got there, I dove in on those topics. And, you know, when we do like the whole clay ritual and we like talk about what we're releasing and we do our fire burning ceremony, I ask for certain things and it's almost instantaneous that those things have come true for me. I've been 4 times now, once on the fam trip and then 3 hosting. And this will be my 5th time there. And I'm going there in a different headspace with different intentions. And I already know that what I'm seeking is seeking me. I know that decisions will happen for me. I go there with things happening that I'm like uncertain about, but when I get back, it's like done. The decision was made. And it's really a powerful place. I mean, outside of the fact that we're in this place that we can finally disconnect from like the rat race of normal daily life, but this place is energetically charged. Number 1, because the indigenous people bless the land. But number 2, there's crystals in the floorboards of all of the bedrooms. So you are on this, like, you're in this like pressure cooker of like possibility. It's just, I don't know. So cool. And I know that, listen, it's an investment. It's not a cheap trip, but like we're going somewhere internationally. It's luxury. Everything's taken care of you. You get a training that I typically charge $5,000 for. So it's basically like a training and a free vacation almost. But what I say is like, I would not be where I am today if I was afraid to spend money, if I was afraid of consequence. In order to quantum leap, you have to have some balls, but I always tell myself, if I am afraid, if I'm pinching pennies, I'm going to stay where I'm at financially. If I'm opened to spending, knowing that the future version of me can afford it, it's nothing. It's nothing to me. I know that every time I spend, I am attracting tenfold what I've spent. Yes. And I know that that's been the barrier for some people, is like, I can't spend this money right now. And I'm like, but can your future self? What are you creating? What are you attracting into your life? Like, you have to put yourself into a mentality of seeing yourself as who you're becoming. You can't make decisions out of fear. You have to make decisions out of abundance, or like you literally won't manifest anything in your life. And I'm not saying like go and buy a fucking $25,000 handbag. I'm not saying to be that delusional, but you have to be somewhat delusional in order to get yourself into the next section, you know?
Yeah, 100%. I always tell people, if I could wave a magic wand over your head, and I could give you everything that you need to be the highest vision and version of yourself that you desire to be. So if like, and we did a lot of this work when you and I were working together, it's like, okay, Candace, like if you were showing up as Candace's highest self, what would her spa look like? Right?
I have it now.
Hello, right? What would you look like? How would you present, right? All the things we worked together, and we literally pulled every little piece of that apart. And I always say this to people, if let's just say you spend $8,000 to do this thing, okay, for sake of conversation. And I said to you, in 1 year, because of the $8,000 that you spent, you're going to 10x that money, return it. Who the fuck in their right minds would say, no, thank you?
Right. Plus it's a tax write-off.
It is well, we're going to get 3-dimensional here for a second, and it is a tax write-off. But when you're in higher dimensions of frequency of reality, it is like you are creating your reality. And I think another thing that comes up a lot with me when people talk about you to me is they're like, well, I know it's been easy for Candace because she's always had money and opportunities. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. No. Read the forward of my book, where she was at, how like you were not the Candace Marino that we all know. And I love that about you because you show people what is possible. And you are really the poster child of like trust and faith, because that's the thing is like any esthetician or any woman in the beauty industry, for sake of conversation, because that's mostly who we're talking to.
Right.
Like you didn't wake up one day and you were like the next Huda Katan. You weren't the next Bobby Brown. You weren't the next LA facialist. Okay. But if someone has done it before you, it means it can be fucking done again.
Yes. And that's something that I know when you aren't where you want to be, it's easy to look at other people and feel something, right? Trust me, in a former version of myself, I was like, why her? Why her? And it was such a fucking victim mentality.
Yes.
And I had to get myself out of my own way. I'm happy that I didn't let this feeling fester in me. And I recognize it. When that feeling came up, like maybe the third time, I was like, why not me? If she can do it, I can. And so I reframed the way I looked at other people's success. And I never let myself feel lacking. I let it light the way. I let it inspire me to see if this person can do it, that means it's possible. That means I can do it. And for anybody listening that just thinks that like, I don't know why people think that everything was easy for me. I guess it's easy when you see the end result to just assume like, oh, there must be investors, there must be somebody behind the scenes helping. Just so everybody knows, when I started my business, I had a 500 credit score. Okay. And I've never said this publicly. So
no, like, you said it at the retreat. And I was like, Candace.
I've said it in small settings. It wasn't 500, but it was probably like 500.
It was, you're like, it was poor.
I was poor. I was a degenerate. I didn't give a fuck. You know what? I wish that in high school they taught me something valuable, which was when you get a credit card, it's not just like, fuck it, spend everything. Like you owe that money back.
I did the same thing. I was like, this is free money. I'm going to go to fucking Victoria's Secret every day.
Sushi. At 18, I'm like, guys, it's on me. I got fucking Capital One. Like
same. I didn't know. Cause you know what?
Victoria's Secret credit card.
Oh yeah. 32% fucking APR. Oh yeah, absolutely, honey. Absolutely. But we didn't have people in our lives. Like okay. I always say like, I try to be Katie Boyd for all the people who never had a Katie Boyd. Cause I didn't have a Katie Boyd. Like there was no fucking Katie Boyds. There was no coaches back when I was coming up in 99, 2000. Like it was just sink or swim. You were just clawing your way. It was who you knew and who you blew. And that was how it freaking went. And the girls nowadays between social media, all these coaches, all these thought leaders in all these different industries, like you don't even have to go to fucking college anymore. No. You could just go to YouTube University and get more from YouTube if you just choose the right videos to listen to and watch than a Harvard fucking education.
100%. And you don't have the debt.
You know, and even if you pay for like the upgraded version, it's like $12 a month. Like who gives a shit, right?
Yeah.
And that's what people don't understand is that both you and I came from a very similar background.
Right.
We weren't Nepo babies. We weren't born with silver spoons in our mouths. Like everything that we have, we had to be like always thinking forward, always like, you know, trying our hardest. Like I remember when everyone was out fucking partying their tits off, I was fucking working 15-hour days.
Oh, I was partying my tits off.
Oh my God, I hate you. But you know what though? Now you work like a freaking animal.
I do. I'm just a late bloomer and I've just fiercely wanted my independence since day one. So like, instead of asking my parents for help, like, how does this work? How does credit work? How does insurance work? Like, I was just like, I got this. I'm going to figure it out on my own. And I made so many fucking mistakes. Yeah. So like back to like the 523 credit score, back to getting my car repossessed. When I started
I tell people this story because obviously, no, they're like, you're fucking lying to me. I go, do I have to call Candace right now? She's probably got a LED up someone's ass right now. And I'm going to like pull her out of a facial to be like, Candace, tell this bitch what's up. I know that's true. I know.
It's true.
Keep going. Tell us more. I want more woes because people
getting the fucking car repossessed was like rock bottom. And I was already in a bad place because I was in nursing school because I convinced myself that I would never be successful as an esthetician because I wasn't making enough money. Because listen, like the industry's changed, right? Like now there's Instagram, it's a career now. Back when I became an esthetician when I was 18 years old, it was not a career that anybody was proud of. It was like, I pop zits for a living. It was like, I'm a worker. I'm a working class person. It wasn't something to aspire to. And a lot of people looked at our profession as like, oh, she had no path, so she just did this. Like she didn't know what to do, so she went to beauty school. And that's kind of what people thought. Or I would say I'm an esthetician, and somebody at the bar would be like, "You're an anesthesiologist," and I'm like, "Exactly, yeah."
Like,
I'm
yes,
I'm so smart. I'm a doctor. Like, but no, what was I talking about?
No, you were saying.
So I convinced myself that I needed to become a nurse. So I would get up every morning at 5 o'clock to be at school by 6 o'clock. I would be at school in these disgusting hospitals where I had a knife pulled on me.
Yuck.
I had shit thrown at me. It was horrible.
Ooh,
traumatized.
I love this for you. Was this in Boston?
No, it was here. It was when I moved back from Boston the second time. I went to nursing school.
God, people were throwing poo at you?
It was disgusting. I was miserable every day. I'm like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? But I would get out of school at 4 o'clock. I would drive to Kenara, which Olga Lorenzen, my queen, owns.
Shout out to Olga. I love her.
Shout out to Olgie. She literally changed my life. I would go there and I would work from 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock. And then I would go home from 9 o'clock and I would study until midnight. And then I'd wake up at 5 a.m. and I would do it over. And that was Monday through Friday. And you couldn't miss school. You couldn't be late. It was so strict.
Yes.
And here's the thing. I didn't end up using the nursing license, right? But that was the first time in my life that I had to be fully accountable and be disciplined. And so it was a very expensive and very long period to learn these basics. But because I was 18 and I just went out into the world and I wanted to be footloose and fancy free and I didn't want to listen to authority or take advice or ask for help, this at 28, when I went to nursing school, was the time that I developed all of that, the discipline. So in that whole process, I was then working Saturdays and Sundays, 12 hours, seeing as many clients I could. Those were my money-making days. Yeah. And that still wasn't enough. It wasn't enough to get by. I had eviction notices every month on my door. Obviously, you know, but the car repossession, it was fucking dark. And I felt so ashamed. I felt so ashamed because I felt like I was letting myself down. I felt like I deserved better. I knew better. I felt so bad for my parents because they were the people that I had to fucking call and be like, this is what happened. Bail me out. And like, thank God my parents had the ability to like support me in certain ways, but I don't come from wealth. Like I don't come from a family that doesn't think like, you know, you fucked up. Like it's asking a lot to ask for help. And I thank my parents so much for like not being like, go fuck yourself. You keep fucking up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Cause they totally could have.
They could have. So I'm definitely not a Nepo baby. I'm so grateful and I wouldn't have it any other way because I have so much love from my family and I have so much support. And I would rather have my story and my path, and I would have rather earned every dime through scratching my way through life than have just been handed something. Same. And I guess when I hear that people assume that I'm a Nepo baby or that like I received an investment or whatever, I feel like I need to defend myself because it's so far from the truth. But at the end of the day, I don't need to defend myself because it's people's projection from a lack mindset.
100%. They have to make excuses for themselves being mediocre. I'd be like, well, Candace is great because she had all these privileges and she had all this luck and all these people like supporting her. Negative. Mm-mm. But in the same breath, this is why people like you and I, when people come with their victim mentality to us and like, I just can't, I don't have the time. I don't have I don't have the resources. I want to go motherfucking ape shit on them because just like we were saying, like same thing, working 12, 15-hour days, right? Doing just like my television show, which is kind of where like how we met in the first place through our mutual friend who was also on my show. But, you know, people were like, oh, you must have been making so much money when you had your own television show. I go, we got paid nothing. Yeah. Zero. And I had to film a television show and then also keep running my fucking business.
Right.
you know, and try to like get laid and like maybe have a sandwich or two every so often and like have a cocktail. No, there was like no fun. So when people look at people like us, they're like, oh, but you had it easy. And like,
it must be nice.
Oh, girl, please.
I hate that. When anybody says that to me, I snap. I'm like, number one, it is nice, but I fucking earned it.
Every freaking cent, everything you earn. So that's why, like, when we do the stuff in Costa Rica, a lot of the stuff that we do on top of what you do with your massage is we do a lot of mindset coaching.
Yes.
So, you know, there's going to be a lot of business coaching there as well, which is really exciting. And I know the girls love that. But I always tell them, and I know you'll attest to this too, because you say the same thing. It's like, we can give you the perfect blueprint to have a multi-million-dollar business. But if you have lack mindset and not enoughness, and you don't want to take risks, you will never make it. It's actually the people that have more just like cojones and they just have more determination and they're just scrappy and fucking gritty. They actually make it in our business, in our, you know, in the service industry, way more than people that have all these accolades and all these certifications and all this bullshit. It's like people are focused on the fucking certifications. Don't fucking worry about the goddamn putting a fucking certification up on your fucking wall. Focus on how you are not showing up for yourself. You're not taking risks. You're stuck in victim mentality. You're circling the fucking drain every day. And you're comparing yourself to all of these other estheticians where, yeah, they look like they're having the time of their life on fucking Instagram. But as we know, because we had these conversations in Costa Rica, a lot of these girls were struggling mentally. So fucking, their lives looked so dope on the gram, but they were struggling in so many ways, with not just mentally, but with their health, with their relationships, with shitty fucking clients that had poor fucking boundaries because no one was writing them up policy and procedures and making them fucking treat them the way that they deserve to be treated. But as we all know, you teach people how to treat you.
Yeah.
And so we go through a lot of that stuff too, which I think that the girls really benefited from. I mean, you were there, you saw it. I mean, don't you agree that when we were doing a lot of the mindset stuff, all of us, that was when people were really, really like, okay, like I can take this incredible massage technique home and offer my clients this whole, you know, upgraded experience, but it doesn't fucking matter. The massage is just an afterthought if you can't get your fucking head out of your ass, man.
Right. The mindset stuff is where the shift happens, and it's where people can look at their patterns and look at, okay, am I a victim? Am I a complainer? Am I an emotionally draining person to be around? And it makes you hold yourself accountable for how you show up. I think that's one of the best takeaways from the retreat is like, of course, number one is the relationships. Number two, like, great, you have like another skill set, but like, the shift that happens mentally and the progress that happens afterwards. Like I still get updates from everybody about how they're living their life differently and the beautiful things that have come since the retreat. It's like, it's so rewarding. And yeah, it's just great to see the impact that it's made. And a lot of that is thanks to you. You know, I feel so bad for my first two retreats that didn't get to experience you because you created like such an added bonus, but they all know who you are. They have access to you.
Right.
I always like to tell people like the best money I've ever spent is not on like, well, listen, I love a vacation and I don't take my travel. The best money I've ever spent is always the money I invest in myself, because the more I learn about myself, I understand myself, I accept myself, the bigger and better my life gets. I never regret paying for a coach, a mentor, anything that has to do with like healing. You know, I've worked with you. I've worked with Michael Bates.
Love Michael.
I fucking love him. I miss him so much.
He's the best.
He's the best. Any like courses that I've done, self-guided, any books that I've read. I'm going to Hoffman in January. I'm excited for that. All these things that I invest in are the best dollars I've ever spent, and I do not regret them.
I agree with you. I wish more people would wake up to that, because I think a lot of people in the beauty industry, they think if I just learn one more technique, more people will come. And what they don't understand, it's their lack mentality and their scarcity mindset and their not enoughness is actually creating, so their energy is actually creating a physical block from more people coming to receive their services.
Right.
And it's funny because I've had clients that have had, aesthetics practices on like Main Street in New York, on like the busiest, most affluent street, right? And people just walk by. And then they do like a couple months of just like getting their head out of their ass and getting some serious mindset coaching. And then they'll tell me, it's the craziest thing. In the last month, I've had like 5 or 6 new clients come in and go, I walked by this place every day. I've lived on this street my whole fucking life, and I never saw this spa.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden last week I was just walking by and I looked up and I said, oh, I got to come here. And they don't understand why they're drawn to this place. And they're all of a sudden they're like, oh shit, there's this beautiful like Medi Spa, or there's aesthetics practice or whatever. It's because the person on the other end opened up space to receive, but people don't know how to do that because, I, like you, we weren't raised by shamans and medicine women, even though I love our parents, they're fucking dope as fuck, but they weren't doing that kind of stuff with us growing up. So everything that we had to learn from hiring the right people and working with the right mentors and working with the right coaches. And that to me is what really broadens our horizons. And I always tell people so you have to get rid of shit that is not serving your highest, greatest good to make space for the new. It's like a fucking hoarder house. Like if you can't put one more fucking piece of paper in a room or it's just going to fucking explode, how are you supposed to bring more shit into the house? You got to declutter it and get the essentials, and then it creates the space, and all of a sudden you start getting this flow. And, just because I talked to so many of the girls from the last retreat, I see so many of the girls that, did that work and they brought it home with them. And they're obviously implementing your massage techniques and they're killing it and people are loving it. But the women that came home from the retreat that I was at and really implemented the mindset differentiation, they're the ones that are taking off to the next level.
Yeah.
And the ones that haven't yet, and listen, there's still time, right? Everybody goes at their own pace. They haven't made that jump yet. And I watch what they do because I'm friends with them all on social media. And I'm like, come on, girl, just make them
get out of your own way. Get out of your own way.
But they have to be ready, right? Because I just did a podcast a couple of weeks ago called Be the Lighthouse and Not the Lifeboat. Right? It's like you just got to shine your light and the right people will come, instead of you trying to save everyone and put everyone on the lifeboat. Because you know how that fucking ended up with Jack when he was trying to fucking be on that door. And Rose was like, Jack, there's no fucking room for you up here. Freeze, bitch. Right?
I'm dead.
So let's talk about what the week entails. Let's go nitty gritty. So we get on the plane, we get off the plane, we get picked up in the trucks, we get our juice. We make the little trek up to the mountains. We get there, and as soon as we get out of those trucks, there is music pumping for us. All the staff is there to greet us. There's a beautiful spread of food and fresh fruit, and it's so freaking healing.
It's so inviting. You feel it, and they call it home for a reason, or is it heart? I always get it fucking
heart. Heart is the middle. Yeah, heart.
Okay, heart is where we eat. But yes, but it feels like a homecoming. It feels like a place that you belong. And I have to say, the service, shout out to Jake, because it is it shits on Four Seasons. It really does.
I hate to say it because I'm a bougie bitch like you, and I was blown away. Away.
And everybody walks onto this property and they see the nature and they feel the vibe and the energy. And for some reason, people just start crying and they're just like, wow.
Yes.
There's something that happens where you just release whatever you're feeling, whatever you're going through. The moment you step onto that property, it's just
well, it's like spirit is telling you, you're right where you belong.
You're safe.
You made the right decision.
Yeah. It's so validating. So we get there, we have our little happy hour type situation. And then everyone's able to go and do the tour of the property. So you get the lay of the land. And then there's free time, pool, swimming, whatever you want to do. And then we usually eat. We'll do a welcome session. Everybody will introduce themselves. We set our intentions. Then there's more free time. Then we have dinner. And then there's a little wellness activity.
Yes.
Usually a sound bath we do on night one. And it's the best. How good is that?
Well, first of all, as you know, I'm a sound healing practitioner and I've been for ever before it was like a thing.
Yes.
And usually like when I go to those things, I'm like, oh God, this is going to suck.
Yeah.
I know that's so mean, but like, you know, it's like when you go get a facial somewhere, you're like, this bitch, you know, but, and then when they're great, you're like, how did this happen? I'm so blessed. I left my body and I went to a fucking another dimension of reality. I was blown away. I hope that those people are going to be there.
Will be there.
They're amazing.
They're so good. They're like, I think they're Costa Rican. I think that they're from there. Oh my God. Also, we need to talk about the Reiki.
I was going to bring that. I was going to bring that up with Carolina. Okay. Shout out to Carolina. If you go, you have to get a healing session with her. We talk all the time on Instagram. And I am also a healer, right? I do multidimensional healing and Reiki and all that stuff. So again, I'm really particular. I sound like such a snob, but whatever. It's over.
You know what you like. You like what you like. Don't
I do. And I'm the same as you, just in different ways, right? Yeah. And everyone's like, you were one of the people that said, you're like, Katie, you changed my life. I was like, really? And then I made Matt go first as like the tribute. Because I was like, well, if she fucks him up, then I don't have, I'll just get out of it. And when Matt came, he's had a lot of healing. And he came, he was like, Katie, that was so fucking mind blowing. He's like, I'm not even going to tell you what happened till after you get yours. Because I don't want to like skew your experience.
Yeah.
And so she comes right to your room and sets up her beautiful table. And she's not the only healer. There's other healers, but I just was with her for the healing session. I had multiple massages that week too. They were incredible. But she set up this healing room and she's like, I work with the animals in the forest and I work with the flora and the fauna and the leaves. And I was like, oh, this bitch is going to be so kooky. I'm already like bored. Like right in my head, I'm like, this is going to suck.
Yeah.
It was one of the most incredible experiences of my life. And I think I told you this where she's like, I'm going to call in, my hummingbird friend. And I was like, hummingbird, what the fuck is she like the hummingbird whisperer? Like what is happening? But
Spencer
my eyes,
Pratt.
I'm like, okay, Spencer Pratt. I was like, what? And my eyes were obviously closed. And then she calls in the hummingbird. And all of a sudden I open my eyes and this fucking hummingbird just comes from out in the middle of nowhere in the jungle. Candace, this hummingbird looked into my soul. It flew in front of my face. It was like fluttering. And its little cute eyes were looking literally deep into my soul. And then all of a sudden she was like, cuckoo. And the fucking thing just flew away. I was like, what the fuck just happened? And
when she was doing mine, because she like guides you through like this nature story. And she was like, and there's hundreds and hundreds of butterflies just flying over you in a circle. And I was almost like, should I turn around and look? But I was so deep in the meditation. But when I got up, she was like, that was real. She was like, I've never seen this in my life. There was literally 100 dragonflies going in a circle over you, just hovering for like minutes. I'm like, dude, what?
And if you know anything about like, animal totem energy and stuff like that, like all these things have a very spiritual significance. Yes. And that was absolutely incredible. So when you guys go, you have to book a session with Carolina. She's mind blowing. And all of the spa treatments, they come right to your room. And they're so freaking
also the massage
phenomenal.
Therapist there. I actually had all of them trained because they do facials too.
Oh, that's right. So you did.
I trained all of them in my technique and they were already so amazing, but they didn't have as much experience on the face. So they did my certification and I was so happy to gift that to all of them. But the massages at Imiloa,
next level. Best
massage ever.
I know. It's so good. And what I love about it is that when we're not eating, because we eat a lot, when we're not eating and we're not doing massage training, some of the girls are like, hey, we're going to go to the pool. Everyone's jumping in the pool. They're hanging out in the sun, or they are hiking, right? Or they're just like hanging out in like the little kind of like cozy little nooks and they're having like deep conversations. Like one day you guys are doing something and Michaela McLean, who's on the podcast a couple weeks ago, she's an expert in human design. Her and I just shot the shit about human design and business. And I was kind of coaching her and she was coaching me. And it was just like, I've never really been able to experience that, like another woman helping me, because I feel like, and I know you'll attest to this too, where because we're in the service industry and because of what we do, a lot of our relationships can feel very transactional.
Yeah.
And that's, to me, I don't know if you feel this way, but that feels so draining sometimes to me, where I think of like all the people in my life. I'm like, oh my God, like what if something happened to Matt or something happened in my life? Like, who the hell would I call? I mean, I would call you. But I'm saying like people around me, because it's like mostly my clients, and I shouldn't talk shit because some of my clients are like some of my closest friends.
Yeah.
But when you're able to like go and experience this like give and take, and there's no like, I'm going to do this for you and you're going to do this for me, and there's this quid pro quo energy all the time, which is so draining. It felt so energizing.
Yeah.
And when I got back from Imiloa, this is kind of sidebar, but I wanted to reopen my wellness center because I was kind of like jealous in like a nice way, where I was like watching you work on people and I was like, I miss this. But because I was traveling so much and working in a different way, I kind of put the wellness center on the back burner. And now, since coming back from Imiloa and working with you guys and seeing how everyone was showing up, and then also working with Michaela and like knowing more deeply about my human design, because she's going to do human design again, correct?
Yep.
Okay, this is great. I talk to her like every day, but we don't talk about this stuff all the time. We're always talking shit about other things. But that helped me immensely with my own business, because I always knew I was a manifesting generator. But when she speaks to you, she speaks to you in a way where it's like, okay, this is your human design, and this is your chart, and this is how you are going to thrive by knowing who you are and how you kind of tick, and stop fighting yourself in your business and in your life.
Right.
Because because you're a reflector.
I'm a projector.
Oh, you're a projector. Do you know you're
so funny? I had a conversation with Michaela well before I even met her. She came on the retreat and she told me I was a projector, and I think I was hungover. And I was just like, I am not a fucking projector.
You thought it meant like projecting?
I thought she meant that I was like projecting shit on people, like in the psychological term.
Yes.
And I was like, I'm not a fucking projector. I don't project. I was so offended and anti. And I was like, fuck this. I don't believe in this. And then I found out that like my human design down to my environment is supposed to be cave. I wanted my office to feel like a cave. And I didn't even know any of this stuff when I was building. And it's like, it all makes sense. Her being there is such a gift to everyone. And it's so nice because once you understand yourself better, you can make better decisions. You can understand why you feel a certain way, why you make decisions the way you do. It just makes so much sense.
Yeah. And also like when some of the girls were like, and I hear this all the time with different estheticians, like, I want to be like Candace. I want to have a life like Candace. I want to have a business like Candace. And I'll say to them, yeah, but you can't. You're a generator, you're a manifester, and this is like your chart, because I work with Michaela. We share a lot of clients together. And then when Michaela kind of puts it all out for them, and then I coach them in the business way, they're like, oh my God, this is why it's never worked for me, because I was never supposed to be, first of all, no one's supposed to be anyone, right? But when you can look up to someone and admire them, but like when you're a projector, you can detach from the bullshit. Where like I'm a manifesting generator, but I'm also my split is the role model and the hermit. And so I would always be the lifeboat. Come on, guys, like I'm gonna teach you how to be great, and you better do it or else, and I would like threaten people, like, you have to do this, because one of my gifts is I can see people like what they should do, and I see how great they are more than they see their own greatness.
You suffer their lead. That's what Michael Bates teaches.
What is he?
You suffer their lead because you see their potential, and you're like, you could be this, but you're here. So you see what it could be. You see all of the beauty and like where they're going to end up. But like when you're in it and they're not where they need to be, you suffer from like having to pull them up.
And this has been one of my worst parts of me my whole entire life.
Yeah.
And when Michaela said like, you can't do this anymore, you have to just be the role model. So like whatever you want your clients to kind of embody, you embody it, you shine your light, and then the right people will be attracted to you, and the right people will be inspired by what you're doing, and they'll take your energy, not in a bad way, in a good way, and they'll put it to work in their own lives and businesses, and you won't have that energy suck drain 24/7. And she also said, with that split and you're the hermit, when you need to kind of like replenish your energy, you actually have to isolate.
Yeah.
Right? Because I was like, I'm an extrovert. I get my energy from people. No, I do not.
No.
I'm an introvert beyond. I only am an extrovert with the people like I feel safe with, like you, Matt, Michaela, Courtney, those type of people. But when you really figure out through Michaela, and she runs your chart and she meets with you and she's absolutely incredible. It just, between your massage technique and just being around your greatness and having like all the fun stories that are so inspirational, being around Michaela and learning all about who you are, your human design, and how to use it within your business. And I know that we have some special guest stars, but we're not going to let that out yet, right? It's going to be a surprise. I know. So we're going to you'll have to stay tuned. We'll have to see you in Costa Rica to figure that one out. And then I'll be there and I'll be doing mindset coaching, but I also love the business coaching. I don't get into the technicalities of business when I'm there. Obviously I can do that. But for me, it's more like, let's fix your shit so that when you go home, you're not, going back into the same routine and the same doldrums, Other than that, we do the blue clay ritual, which is so freaking amazing. So amazing. And we do a ton of mindset coaching. Every night we're doing some kind of like spiritual mindset, guided meditations, tons of like really jarring experiences for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Candace is like, yes. But you know what though? When I do that kind of work, and I know you know this, Can, it's coming from a place of love.
Yeah.
Because you know what? So many people in our industries are so used to getting smoke blown up their asses 24/7. And sometimes you need someone to be like, you got to get your shit together.
Yeah.
You're not doing the most. I know you think you're doing the most right now, but you're actually not. And here are, like, on a silver platter, all the tools that you're going to need to go home and take not just your business, but your life and your relationships and your connection to the divine and just your environment. And we do work on core desired feelings, which I think is so important. I was so proud of you when I saw your stories from one of the events that you just did, and you were talking about core desired with the girls. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so proud of her.
I told them all about you and how you led me to that. And now it's my biggest passion, is helping people identify theirs, because without that, I wouldn't be where I am. I wouldn't have been able to make the choices that are actually in alignment with who I want to be and the feeling that I want to embody. So I love teaching that. And it was so exciting for me to teach that to this group of women. It was, my friend Sarah Berg hosted a female founders retreat. You have to come next year and speak there. I'm going to connect you. But the caliber of women that showed up, it was such a fucking amazing weekend. But that I credit to you for bestowing that knowledge upon me. And now I live that and I teach that. And it's just like, it's changed my life and so many other people's lives.
Do you still, when you make decisions, and I'm not going to tell people your core desire because everyone's like, what's Candace's? I'm like, none of your business. We'll talk about it at a later date.
If you come to the retreat, I'll tell you.
Yes. But do you feel like you still to this day make your decisions on your core desire?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do too. It's funny because people always say to me like, oh, you teach it. Do you still do it? And I was like, I have my core desires on a sticky pad on my everywhere in my house, because I constantly have to remind myself, because you get off topic sometimes.
Totally. Yeah. You get, life happens. Like, even when you have these practices, it doesn't mean every day is perfect. Shit happens. Like, you get pulled from focus all the time, especially as somebody who has ADD. I'm very distracted, but it brings me back to center. And when I'm faced with a decision and when I have to choose, these are tools that I use to know that this is an alignment. This is the decision is going to make itself if it's aligned with the desire that I want to embody and how I want to feel in my everyday life.
I love it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how you're going to be opening up the retreat to not just estheticians, which I think is so needed.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that a little bit, which is exciting.
So when I was at Sarah Berg's Female Founders Experience, I was taking the women through core desires and talking to them about my story. And they were like, can we come? Like, everybody was like, why can't we come? Why can't we come? We went on the web. A girl came up to me after and she's like, I was on your website while you were talking and I'm so upset. Like, I really want to come. I feel like as a nurse, as somebody who's practicing aesthetics, I'm cleansing the face. I'm doing a little bit of like putting stuff on, taking stuff off, but I don't feel like I'm doing it well. My hands are fumbling and like, I could really benefit from some skill. And I'm like, well, nurses can come, like people can come. I just don't want it to feel like they're not getting value, because obviously I know the estheticians are coming for the massage. But what I've learned from all of the previous attendees is it's like, yes, you come for the massage, but everything else is so much more beneficial.
Yes.
And, and a lot of these people that come to the retreat, frankly, a lot of them are already great at massage. A lot of them know what they're doing. A lot of them are so talented to begin with, but they've come just for that connection and that community and the experience. So we are opening it up to nurses. I think it will be such a good addition. I know that they will get such a good takeaway, and I'm excited to work with people that are in a different arena in the aesthetics world. I'm excited to have those connections, and I can relate to them because I did go to nursing school, so I kind of know their path, but nurses really need this work. Everyone needs this work, but nurses they come from service. And even if they are injectors, right? Even if they own these multi-million-dollar practices, they started in the trenches. They were wiping ass. Yep. They were doing respiratory, pulling the sputum.
Oh yeah.
They come from service. They come from a heart of wanting to help. And these women work so fucking hard to get where they are. And I feel, I felt so honored to be there and to speak to these women because they're all so much they're more educated than me. And for them to listen and to learn from me, I was like, wow, I feel so special that I was asked to be there, but I want to give back to them. I want to open it up to them because I know that they need this. There isn't anything in our aesthetics world, medical aesthetics world, that gives back to people who work their asses off. And so
I get it. I have a couple physicians that I coach who own medical spas. And then I have one girl, her name is Anna, and she is one of the biggest salespeople in the country for certain devices like CO2 laser and eye laser and all these different things. And I was telling her about the retreat and she's like, but it's just for estheticians. And I was like, yeah, but who gives a shit? Just come and you're going to meet all these cool ass people. And some of them probably are going to be aesthetic nurses who also have devices. This could be a great networking opportunity too. And you're going to meet so many incredible women from all over the world. And you're going to get all of this spiritual mindset, energetic reset coaching. Sign me the fuck up.
I've had a few of my skincare reps want to come. So it's basically the aesthetics world, the female founder and male, girls and gays.
Yeah, I love it. The aesthetics jamboree. That's what we're going to call it.
We need to do a rebrand, but no, anybody that wants to come, I want you to come.
Yes.
And I'm bringing on other people. So I'm talking with somebody about having them come and maybe do something specific to, say we have a big group of nurses that come. If they don't want to be involved in all of the massage, they can have something for them. So we're working on
smart. That. And I'd be more than happy to take the nurses. Yeah, absolutely. I love it. But if we rebrand Radiant AF, it has to be True Beverly Hills inspired. We need the khaki, big pants.
I want you to bring a fur coat.
I will bring, and my fondue pot. And my safari hat. Do you remember?
Yes.
It started raining in Runyon Canyon.
Yes.
That was the best.
Beverly Hills. What a thrill.
What a thrill. Anything else that you want to add? Because I feel like I'm missing so much because I'm so out of my tits excited for this. It's just,
there's so much to
counting
say,
down the day.
I don't want to give it all away because it's such an experience and I want people to be dazzled and surprised, but
they will be.
I know that every single person that's come has felt so much value. They felt so supported, and it doesn't stop at the end of the retreat. The relationships go on, the support system goes on, which is so nice. People are helping each other. We're all connecting each other. We're all recommending each other for different things in different cities. We're referring people. It's just, I don't know. We created just such a beautiful network, and it's really the thumbs up for anybody that's watching at home.
Does it do the thing? I don't know. This is a different platform. I didn't even know it did a thumbs up. So you were the first. You popped my StreamYard's cherry on the thumbs up situation.
I love it.
It's funny because the other day I was, Ariella, the girl that came to our last retreat. I'm obsessed with her, and she came out with her own line of skin oil.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm so excited to get some of that. And I coach her now, and I'm like, hey, when your skin oil comes out, please let me share it. And so I shared it. And then all of a sudden I saw all the other estheticians like sharing her stuff that was on that retreat. And I like, my eyes welled up with tears because I was like, when do you ever see other women? Really, Candace, like, let's not bullshit. When do you really see other women in the same industry supporting each other like that? You don't see that, dude. You really don't.
And it's like, it doesn't happen on mine, but like I see this like herd mentality of like ganging up on people, or if I don't agree with you, I'm going to talk shit, or if I'm jealous of you, I'm going to tear you down. And it's like, it's so disgusting. And it makes me so sad that anybody feels so badly about themselves that they will go to someone else's page and try to put anything negative out there. That's a them thing. But what I'll say is that the caliber of people who show up to this is so beautiful. And it gives me hope for our industry. It gives me hope that there's other people who are like me, that my philosophy is what I want for myself, I want for everybody else.
Same.
Why wouldn't I want everybody to be happy, healthy, abundant, rich as fuck? Why wouldn't I want those things for everyone? Think about a life where everyone is living at their greatest potential and is feeling good about themselves and is vibrating so highly. Think about how much better the world would be if we were all abundant and happy. And so if I want it for me, I want it for you. And I feel like the vibe of the group reflects that. It's like everybody wants to see each other win. We're cheering each other on. And it's just, that's my biggest takeaway and my biggest accomplishment to date, is that I've been able to facilitate this for other people and take the spa away, take my team away. No, don't take them away. I love them. But like, I'm obviously proud of what I built here, especially because I fucking fought my way to get to the life that I have now. But I love people so deeply, and to see people thriving and connected and feeling supported makes me so happy and proud.
100%. I was talking to Katarina, who was on the retreat, and some bozo on, I think it was on TikTok.
That's like, where the people are the meanest.
Okay, well, he like took her shit and like ripped it apart and like why she was wrong and all this shit.
Oh, is this that fucking science kid?
I think he's a dermatologist. Like, he's actually a physician, but he's an asshole, and he just talks so much shit. And we were going back and forth texting, and she's like, I'm so upset. Like, I feel so embarrassed. And I was like, Katarina, dude, that means you fucking made it. When someone's fucking ripping you to shreds, that means you fucking made it. I used to be the same way when I was younger, when I had my show and when I was doing all these amazing things, right? People would say such horrible shit about me on social media. And we didn't have TikTok. We didn't have all that stuff at the time. Thank God. I probably would have been like jumping off the fucking Zakim Bridge in Boston, like real quick. But anyways, I digress. But I said to her, I was like, you fucking made it. And she was like, thank you so much. Like, coming from you, that means everything to me. And just being able to be like her big sister and be like, girl, don't even fucking give this another thought. This is amazing. This means you actually are doing something huge with your life. And I don't know, it's just people who are doing the most, they don't have the fucking time to tear other people down. I've watched you be bamboozled by a bunch of hoes in the past. And, you know, it's like anybody who has the time and the energy to tear you down, they ain't doing shit.
Right.
They're not doing shit. That's why, you know, me and you we go, ha, 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 you peasant.
Yeah.
Keep being a peasant.
I really do my best to stay unbothered, right?
Yes.
But if you are saying anything about me or my team that is untrue, and you are trying to manipulate the public opinion against me or my team, I will push back. Don't make me force my hand. That's one thing you should know. I won't just lay over. If it's some dumb shit, I'm just going to be like, whatever, I don't have time for this. But if you do something that is harmful to my brand, to my staff, or to me, that is untrue, if it's untrue, it's war.
You're like, I'm coming with the receipts, bitch.
I'm a fucking Taurus.
Oh,
the horns come out. Honey. And I don't have a desire to engage that way. But if you force my hand, I'm gonna come with receipts.
Oh, it's going to be boys in the hood up in this bitch. No, I'm the
Yes.
same way. I will be the most kindest, loving, nicest person in the world. But if you fuck with me or you try to besmirch my name and I can prove that it is totally untrue, or you come from my employees that like they're relying on me to pay their fucking bills and you're trying to take money out of their fucking hands, I will
Game
come
over.
for you. Oh, yeah. It's 100%. And don't you want to work for someone that's like us, that we'll play cutie for a little bit, but then after a while it's just like, no, I don't give a fuck. But
I'll go to war for my team. I really will.
I'm the same way. But that's why people love us. That's why we're doing the most. That's why we're rich, we're abundant, we're happy, we're thriving, we're joyful. And a lot of these other people are just sad little saps. Miserable, you know? And being around all those women in Costa Rica and everyone's so happy and joyful and they really are there for the right reasons. Like, I also agree with you. It gives me hope for our future. It gives me hope for humanity. It gives me hope for women. It really, truly does. So Thank you for providing that space. And I'm so excited. So the tickets are on sale. You go to Radiant AF Retreat.
No, I think it is Radiant AF Retreat.
.com. I'm pretty sure. Double check it. But tickets are on sale, guys. It's going to be March 2nd through the 7th, 2026. So you go to www.radiantafretreat.com
and
you can get your accommodations there. Now you're going to have to book your own flight.
Yes.
No matter where you're coming in from in the world, like I'm coming in from Boston, you're coming from the West Coast, you're coming from LAX, but you're always going to have to fly into San Jose in Costa Rica, not Liberia, SJO.
Because I've had people be like, oh my God, the flight's so cheap. I'm like, babe, that's San Jose, California.
I know. I've heard this. You're like, no.
SJO is the code. That's San Jose, Costa Rica. You need to get your round trip flight there. And then the pricing is structured based on your accommodation.
I was going to ask you this.
Yes. So based on your accommodation is the pricing structure. If you select a dome, which by the way, domes are my favorite accommodation.
That's where we stayed and I was obsessed.
The air conditioning pumps and that. And
if it rains at night and it hits the top,
you hear it on the tent. Oh, I love the domes, but domes are shared accommodations because they're the roomiest and you can have them be 2 kings or 4 twins. So those accommodations are ones that it's guaranteed share. If you don't come with a roommate, we'll have a Zoom meeting before so you guys can meet people and then select roommates.
I was going to ask that too, because some of the girls were like, hey, is there anyone that needs a roommate? And I said, I think Candace facilitates like a whole meet and greet.
We'll get everybody to meet beforehand and then you guys can catch a vibe, or maybe you'll know somebody through Instagram or whatever. And I will say, because people come in, they're like, at first they're like, I don't want to share a room. But then when you're on the property, everybody's like, I want to have a roommate. So even I don't know, maybe it was the second time, people ended up like they had their solo accommodations and they wanted to stay with another person.
That's hilarious.
It's pitch black. Like we're in the jungle. So once the night happens, it's dark. So people like having roommates. So the dome accommodation is a guaranteed roommate situation. So the pricing is a little bit lower. When you get into the different room accommodations, they're like the VIP solo accommodations. But say you are like, okay, I want one of the big Bali suites, which are insane.
Gorgeous.
With like the big porches. Or I think, what's that one called? The
Patu, yes.
Yeah. So you select that and it has a lot of space and you can actually fit other people in there. You can do an add-on fee for another person. So
that's smart.
Yeah, but the price is inclusive of your accommodation, all of your meals, the massage certification, which I price at $5,000 if I coach one-on-one, and then you have to pay for my flight to come to you and all of that. So this is actually a way better deal and more value. Mm-hmm. You get the business coaching with Katie, you get all of the spirituality, you get the daily yoga from Izzy, who's like a huge yoga teacher here in LA.
Amazing.
You get Michaela McLean, you get special guests who I can't announce yet, who are powerhouses in aesthetics and so good. We're going to also, I think, go into like some sales technique this time, which will be really good. All of the spirituality, all of the adventure. It's so much.
All of the transportation. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. The transfers, the private plane. And I always say this is like a business mindset and skill coaching with a free vacation and forever memories and friends.
I know. It
and
truly
a tax
is.
write-off.
And it's a tax write-off. I love it. I love it. Candace, I'm so glad we got to do this. I've been waiting for this because I could not wait for the tickets to go on sale. So guys, if this is tantalizing you and tempting you as much as it is to me, if I was an esthetician, my ass would be the first one that signed up.
Yeah.
But I'm so lucky that I get to just go on this wild magic carpet ride with all of you guys. But the tickets are already on sale. Don't worry, if you want to come solo, don't worry about a roommate. We're going to find you a phenomenal babe, or maybe babes plural, to hunker down with at night. Because I did stay in the domes with my husband, and every night we would walk Kaylin and Nicole home because they were in the little accommodations right near ours, and you would just be like walking there and just be like cuckoo shit and like all these fucking sounds, and you're just like shit. And it was funny because everybody's thought, oh, I'm gonna walk with Matt because he's a big strong guy, and I was like, he was fucking running through the woods. Like I was the one that was like, don't come near us. Like,
and we have headlamps. It's so fun.
It is so freaking fun. I had a blast, and our little sloth friends come down and do yoga with us. I mean, it's a freaking dream, and I'm so excited, and I'm so grateful that I get to come along this ride with all of you guys and just make more memories. And I know that everyone is just going to get better and better and better. And because, as a retreat facilitator, you just learn more and more every time you do it, so get on over there. Yeah, please. It's my pleasure. Get on over to radiantafretreat.com. Get your accommodations. Don't worry about your plane tickets right away. You have plenty of time to figure that out. And Candace is going to put you guys on a WhatsApp. We're going to get to know each other even better before we even go out there. So even before we go to Costa Rica, you're going to feel like you know everyone already. It's going to be dope. I'm so excited. Candace, anything else?
I think that'll do it.
I know we spanked the monkey for 90 minutes. I'm excited, but all right, guys, if you loved this, share it with all of your SD besties or anyone that's in the beauty industry. Or you know what? You don't have to be in the beauty industry. Just come along for the fucking fun. We'll smack you up, flip you, rub you down in the massage. You can be our little model.
Yeah, exactly.
It's amazing. But get on over there. This is going to be the time of your life. And don't say I didn't tell you, because I did multiple times. Candace, thank you so much for being on. And I'm so excited to see all of you in March 2026 from the 2nd to the 7th at Imiloa in Dominical, Costa Rica, in the jungle. Oh my God. Hey guys, if you love this, share it. And as I always say, don't forget to stay ambitious, and I'll see you next Tuesday.